well, massive congratulations on the success of Luke Cage.
Thank you.
You must be really excited.
I'm ecstatic. I mean, you know, supposedly we broke Netflix, so that's a rumor. So I'm hoping that that's real.
You heard it here. He broke Netflix. Let's talk about Luke Cage.
Not he, we.
Wait,
as a collective.
The collective, the Marvel family, Luke Cage. What was the first time you were exposed to the superhero in the story?
Well, really as a kid, because I've been collecting comics since I've been 11 years old. So Luke Cage, I really remember as part of Power Man and Iron Fist, the comic. I was always more of an X-Men fan, but you know, Power Man and Iron Fist and Luke Cage as being a cool character. That's to me is my childhood in the mid '80s, and so almost 30 years later to get the opportunity to write and be a part of the show, it's just been absolutely amazing.
What was the biggest challenge for you in bringing this story to the screen?
Well, I wouldn't call it a challenge. It's really a responsibility, because what we wanted to do as a collective writing staff was we wanted to honor the sweet Christmas of it all, meaning that we didn't want to, cheapen or turn our backs on Luke's blaxploitation past, but then at the same time we wanted to modernize the character. And so really our main goal as a writing staff was to kind of meet that synthesis of both old school and new school, and do it in such a way that would acknowledge the tiara and the 70s vibe of the comic, but then at the same time push forward. And one of the biggest elements of that not only was just in terms of just our storylines, but also what you hear in the background is Adrian Young and Ali Shaheed Muhammad's score, because it has such a funky vibe that's both a 70s blaxploitation vibe, but also is very forward. So I mean, it's the combination of all those things really helped us do that, I think.
The score is essential, and I've even heard it referenced as a hip-hop western?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, I mean, essentially what it is a western usually has a mystery man with a mysterious past who's kind of laying in the cut, trying to figure out what he wants to do with his life. There's always a character like Pop who's saying, you really should, you were a great gunslinger, we could use your help around here. And he's like, nah, that's not me anymore. And then you've got the saloon owner. In our case, our saloon is Harlem's Paradise. And you've got Cottonmouth, who's kind of the crime lord. And you also have, a female character, whether it's Misty, whether it's Claire, somebody else who's saying you really should, do something good. And then once somebody takes something away from the character, I don't care if it's Shane, I don't care if it's the Unforgiven, or in this case, Luke Cage, he has to kind of come out of the woodwork and make things right in the town. And so that's what we mean when we say hip-hop western. It's got hip-hop sensibilities, but it's really a classic western story, down to our camera angles.
Well, we're excited for the story to continue. What can you tell us about season 2?
Nothing. I would love to tell you, but when I say that there are literal snipers around me and drones, I'm not being paranoid. I'm serious. There's actually a friend of mine from Marvel is right there making sure I don't say anything about season 2.
This is a serious universe in Marvel. Well, thank you very much. We're excited.